Ow. Silly. Come on. Come on. That wasn't very good. Ah, look at that. Went to 0. I wasn't paying attention. Well, good morning, Facebook and all the world. It's a tired, a little bit beat up, and not quite my bright and shiny David R. day today. We do this every morning. I call it Herd Over Coffee, and I'm so frustrated by all of this computer stuff. I have done everything I can. I have dumbed down the signal. I've reset my internet. I've worked on cables and connections. If this doesn't work, I'm going to be very sad, and it probably means that I'm either going to have to shorten them, redo it, maybe do them from my phone. I'm not quite sure. So today's today's topic is resilience. I talked a little bit about it yesterday, but yeah, you know what? Guess what? Nothing worked. Here. It failed. I could not do anything. It just crashed on me. It was beyond frustrating. I've done 30 of these, and for about 27 or 28, I've had enough signal. It's worked. It's been okay. So, again, this morning, wow, Cindy says it's great. Cindy is my bird and the canary in the coal mine. She says she bails early, so maybe I'll just have to skip Monday when everybody's on doing all their Zoom meetings, all their important stuff. I'm hearing that I'm loud and clear. Wow. Fantastic. Maybe we've solved this. So maybe we can discuss resilience in its true right. So, like I said, things have been a little frustrating. A lot of this stuff is getting me down. I try really hard not to be political, but I'll tell you what, the folks who are going out and protesting against not being able to go to their hairdresser or the Cheesecake Factory, quite frankly, make me a little nuts. I can't imagine that you would trade dollars for lives. Each life, I was listening to a podcast last night, every single life is worth somewhere around $30 million. So how many haircuts do you have to do to compensate for that person who is no longer with us? So yeah, right on the edge of a rant there. So let's get off of there. Let's talk about resilience today. What is resilience? If you're resilient when life knocks you down, you bounce back and you keep going. I'm still here today, guys, even though I came very, very close to just saying, nah, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm tired of fighting it. So what do you do? The first thing you need to do is actually look at the problem. Don't horribilize it. Don't make it worse than it is. If I don't do these things every morning, 100 or so people, well, lately it's been 50, but 100 or so people are going to be disappointed. I don't get to hang out with the coffee mates. I just don't really have all that much to do. So it would be tough on me and tough on, quite frankly, you. A lot of you have commented how much this means to you in the morning, and boy, it really hits me. It's a soft spot in my heart. So, but don't make it worse than it is. If I don't do this, not that big a deal. You gotta be positive. It's gonna work out. I'm looking at the comments over here. It looks as if like maybe we've solved the problem. Maybe it was just a Monday, a temporary thing. I don't know. Pretty good. Still can't tell who's on here yet. I'll have to figure that one out, but that's for a different day. I've been tweaking over here. I've got a separate screen over here. I'm watching myself watch myself, which is kind of fun, kind of like those infinity mirrors. So, don't horribilize. It is what it is. It'll work out or it won't. You don't need to see it as an insurmountable problem. Often are the things that stop us are really not all that big. It's a fear of failure. It's a fear of doing something. We can't write because we're afraid nobody will like it. Sometimes you just got to look at things in perspective. You have to accept, boy, and it's been hard lately, but you have to accept that change is part of living. There are going to be challenges no matter what you do. There's going to be those sort of things that are going to make it hard for you personally to get involved and move forward. But look at it in perspective. Maintain a hopeful outlook. I'm pretty good at that. I really do. I talked yesterday about the glass being half full, half empty. My friend Tony Moody piped in that it's always full because it's half full of scotch and half full of air. So, yes, look at things positively. Nurture a positive view of yourself. Be one of those people who you think, hey, I can get this. I can figure it out. I did some research yesterday. I narrowed some parameters. I brought it down, and man, it's beginning to look like it might have worked. I'm having trouble here trying to get over here. Let me see the comments. So, yesterday was the worst day for tech, but bad tech days have been few and far between. Cindy, thank you. Thank you very much for thanking me for sticking it out. I am going to stick it out. I think maybe we've solved it. Yeah, the bad part about this is now to be resilient, I got to figure out I got to find out something to talk about. Anybody got anything they want me to talk about? Send it in. So I had decided that maybe I would quit on the 1st of May when Idaho is supposed to lighten up, but I may very well continue to go. So let's see here. Man, I appreciate you all. I appreciate all the comments over here telling me that I'm doing okay. So, I was nurturing a positive view of yourself. Are you one of those people who gets things done? I kind of like to think of myself that. And that's a choice. I choose to get things done. I choose to be positive. You too can choose to do that. Avoid the, well, that didn't happen approach. It's pretty easy to just ignore something and move on. That's not the best way to do it. You do have to kind of look at your failures. You need to approach them. You need to figure them out. And you need to do that with a sense of positiveness. But sometimes, the shit really does hit the fan. Be good to yourself. It's part of that being positive. Don't beat yourself up over your mistakes. I kind of am beating myself up a little bit over this. There's not a damn thing I can do. The internet is what it is. My connection's not that great. I know that. I'm working on, my wife and I've talked about cutting the cable, going to a direct feed, maybe some sort of DSL line. I'll have to do some research, maybe talk to my internet wizard son. Zig says I should get it done. Hey, I'm beginning to tell who's joining over here. That's pretty cool. So, avoid the, oh shit, that didn't happen thing. Celebrate your small wins. I'm feeling much better than I did about 10 minutes ago because this is beginning to work. I've made some accomplishments. Reward the large ones. If you do something really well, eat some ice cream, buy yourself a steak, call one of the local restaurants and have them deliver some food. Reward your wins. It will make it much easier to be resilient because if you reward when you do well, when you get something done, it makes the things when it doesn't go quite so well a little bit easier to deal with. Brag a little. It's okay. I am proud of this crazy show, this thing we do here. I'm really proud that I have, somewhere around 50 to 100 people watch it every day. It's really cool. I've reinforced some great friendships. I've made some new ones. I see my new friend Amanda is here. I appreciate that. She and I have some work to do. I've got to get some wills and trust. If you need a good estate planning lawyer, hit her up. Oh, wow, even crazy Wanda. Wanda from the Corner Club has wandered into the group. The coffee mates are here. Wow. Okay, when I'm gonna get through this really quick here because then I want to talk about move towards your goals, define them and move towards them. What is it you want to do? That is one of the best ways to move forward, to take that journey. The longest step, as Confucius said, the longest step starts with the longest journey starts with a single step. Sometimes you just one step is all you can do. Jen Chinchero says that an ass kicking, to kick yourself in the ass and get moving, you have to lift your foot up first. So there is that. Don't underestimate your ability to, as Zig says, get it done, get her done. That's what the people in the South say, get her done. The Hicks, or not the Hicks, but the nerds say, make it so. Do it. Just move forward. That's what we're all talking about here. And sometimes you just have to accept the failure, accept the setback. I was totally ready to do that. I was ready to just say, this isn't working anymore. I'm not having any fun doing this. Maybe it's time to give it up. But it's working today. So one in a row. Here we go. We'll start back. We'll start building up that audience again. And again, I appreciate those of you who are here. If this is a good enough show, share it. Subscribe to my Facebook page. But just being here every morning is plenty for me. I appreciate that. Sometimes you just have to accept that things don't work. But if that happens, look for reasons why. Is there a silver lining? Is there something good in that failure? Is there something you can learn from it? Can you figure out a way not to make the same mistake twice, or in my case, 50 times? That's what it is. Maybe there's something you needed to learn. Maybe there was a reason why you failed, because you weren't prepared enough, you didn't plan well enough, you didn't set your goals. Maybe you need to think about that, and the next time, be more positive, be more forward, take that step. Visualize the end result. Figure out where you're going. What is it you were trying to do? Think about, okay, this didn't work. Is there a way to do it? Visualize a way to move forward. The other thing you can do is you can just admit it didn't work. You can just admit your failure and deal with the consequences of your failures. Often we fail on a personal account, and we all know the great apology. Well, if you feel bad, I'm sorry. That's not an apology. If you make a mistake with somebody, go ahead and say, I made a mistake. I did the wrong thing. This wasn't what I meant. or even if it was what I meant, I am I am not going to do it again, and this is what I'm going to do to make it better. It's how you deal with your failures. My father once said, and I talked about this yesterday, he said that success in life is not how you handle the things that you do well. It's how you handle the things that you don't do well. It's how you compensate for your mistakes. When you make a mistake, admit it, do it, and move on. And then, if all else fails, pull the covers over, have a bad day, accept the fate of the whatever it is, the crazy internet or whatever your mistake is. But just one bad day, just one time. Know that you're just going to wallow in your grief, wallow in your sadness, wallow in your mistake, but just for a day. Set a time limit. Maybe it's not even a half a day. Maybe it's not a day. Maybe it's a half a day. And the best thing you can do, if you have a serious mistake, a serious failure, a serious setback, plan your next move. Figure out what you're going to do next. How are you going to compensate? What are you going to do to move forward? Well, that's it, my folks. I'm going to throw this one on Michael's up. One problem is when I really get on a roll, I don't look at the comments, and there's some good stuff over here. Bum, 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 bum. Look at that. Look at what Miguel Unco, I call him Black Label. One of my failures in life is I've known this man. I met this man as Michael Junko. Great guy. But he got more in touch with his heritage, and he decided that he wanted to be referred to by his actual name, which I believe is Miguel Junco. Very difficult for this crazy white cracker to get that, and I struggle with it. In fact, all of you, Wendy, who is now Lee, all of you who change your names, it's very difficult for the rest of us, but I honor you, and I understand that you want to stick with your heritage, for whatever reason it is you change your name. My niece for a while changed hers from Summer to Nicole, and it was very difficult. I still sometimes call her Summer Nichols. It's not that I'm not trying. It's just that my brain reads that as Michael, not Miguel. You would think it would. So thank you all, folks. So there you are. We made it 45 minutes. I have absolutely zero comments about it holding up or breaking up. That's pretty fantastic. So maybe I get to continue to do this. I do have one technical question. When would you like the timer to start? The longer that is, the worse it is for Facebook. So I've been starting it at 2 or 3 minutes. Doesn't always start right off. One of the reasons why I kind of like to set the timer is it gives me an opportunity to make sure everything's all right. So how long would you like that timer to be? And would it be great? Would you like me to? Yeah, you know what, Mark? I do sometimes think of you as tiny. You are not tiny, and I love that. I think that might even go farther back from your biker days. I kind of remember maybe calling you tiny in high school. You would have to know my friend Mark Overgaard is a mountain of a man, and to call him tiny is very ironic. So, okay, Michael, I'm going to put you up there. You did not change your name, but you did change how you introduced yourself. You introduced yourself to me as Michael, and it's stuck. So don't be telling me it's my fault. I will not take credit for the fact. I will take credit for the fact that I have not learned your new name, but I will not take credit for the fact that I did not get it right in the first place. You did. There. How's that for being snarky? All right. How fantastic is this that it's working, my friends? I'm going to put the... So this is the joke I started with. I don't see this as a major setback. We just need to get more bugs in it. Thank you all. I so appreciate you. I get to continue to do this because at least for today, it didn't lock up. So maybe I will take Mondays off instead of Sundays and just deal with the fact that everybody's going to get on their conference calls first thing Monday mornings. This is Heard Over Coffee. I am so happy I will get to come back tomorrow because I was going to give it up and just quit. So the question is, does resilience win over quitting? Well, it did this time. Thank you all, my friends. I will see you tomorrow. I don't have a clue what I'm going to talk about because I haven't figured that out yet. I call these Heard Over Coffees. We do them every morning between 9:30, starting at 9:30, usually about 45 minutes worth. I'm at 47 minutes so far. So if you would like more information about me, check out my Facebook. You can find me there. Oh, I totally forgot. Hang on a second. Okay. Whoa, I need to talk about this. So glad I remembered. So just before the show started, my friend Peter Cohen asked me to talk to him and call him, and he's going to be out by the freeway at, I put the link up at the very beginning, around, I believe it is 11:45, maybe 10:30, maybe 11, but you can look in the link. I'll post it again at the bottom. He's going to just go out there and thank the truckers. I did a little bit of that with the Idle Trucking Association a while ago, and it's a really important thing. So if you're in Boise and you want to make a sign and go out and hang there with Peter, it's a great example of what one person can do. That one person standing on an overpass safely. It's a big wide overpass. I've taken photographs of trailers out there. It's safe. It's very easy to socially distance, and I'll bet you get some wah wah as you go by. So if you have an opportunity, if you've got nothing else to do today, unfortunately I've got to go back into the studio, or fortunately, but I'm not going to be able to do that. But if you get a chance, go out and stand next to Peter with a sign, welcome them truckers. And thank you, Peter, for doing that. All right. I truly mean it. This is the end. This is Heard Over Coffee. I'll come back tomorrow at 9:30 a.m. Mountain Time. And thank you so much for being here. Thank you for sticking with me through all of this. This, I believe, is one of the better shows. So be resilient. Stay at it. Fight the funk. I'm out.